What's up again? It's me, Hailee. I was cut out of a movie called It's What's Inside. Now here is what I would like to preface. Here in Hollywood, this happens all the time. It's called It Hit the Cutting Room Floor, or something that got cut out. Because, you know, it used to be physical tape film. Hee lore. But yeah, this happens all the time for many reasons. Me, before I understood this business, if someone that maybe I didn't like got cut out from a movie, yes, it can be because they were not good, but 98% of the time, the casting director, everybody has gone through every audition to make sure that this person is the correct person for this part. Now that I do understand the business more, so much happens from filming day, from even writing till release. So much. It goes through so many hands. So just because somebody is cut out of a movie doesn't mean that it was that person's fault. And I am so happy to say that me being cut out of this movie is so not my fault. I'm really thankful that the director, Greg Jardine, let me know in advance that my part was taken out. So let's talk about my character and my scene and my time on set and who I would have been in this fantabulous, freaking awesome movie.
Trippy, huh?
See that? That's my body. This game is kind of hot.
What did you sweat? What did you do? He did something!
This movie is legitimately so freaking good. It's so good. So back in 2022, October 7th of that year, I get an audition for a movie client, It's What's Inside, from Cast Iron Studios in Portland, my Portland agency, because I'm repped both there and in Los Angeles. Wow, I know so many of these people that auditioned. It was said that my part was going to be mostly improv, but my action for this self-tape was buying a Diet Coke and walking off? Question mark. Auditions are so weird. Like, for example, like maybe if you're going out for like an AT&T commercial, you go into the audition room and they're like, okay, imagine you're in a museum. We're gonna walk you through various emotions. Action. Okay, now you're seeing something and you like it. You like the art. And now you see something a little troubling. And it's just the weirdest little movements. The breakdown, which is the description of my character, is, and she did end up getting a name, but she did end up getting cut out. Hot girl in gas station, female, 22 to 27, white, model pretty, attire, sexy. Hello, I'm Hailee Lautenbach. Yeah, just this. Thank you. I have a boyfriend, I'm sorry. Here, keep the change. One soda, please. Stop. Okay, thank you. One soda, please. Thank you. Keep the change. He's good. And that was one of the, I, on my own, included a lot of clips. Because it was an audition through Option. I was like, this is just weird to send just one. Yeah. My agent said, you're holding for the, It's What's Inside, and I get put on hold a lot, but I don't get booked all the time. Kind of like, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. What? It's not the same at all. If you're on hold, you're wanted for the part. You're almost there, but then you don't get it. Oh, I wish I remember him telling me that I booked it, because I remember the first thing I booked, I was on the way to Coachella, I was in a van and I flipped out and that was a great time. But when Dennis called me, I think I was just elated, overly overjoyed. Oh my God, it was just the best news of my entire life. I don't think I had any of the cast yet. And then I get the call sheet and I immediately look these people up. Oh my God, and it's Brittany O'Grady from freaking White Lotus. It was during the heyday of White Lotus. Oh my God, I was like, oh my God, the girl with the eyebrows. And then James Morosini, and now I'm a movie buff, as you know. So I don't know if you've seen the movie I Love My Dad. Disturbing, great film. But I watched it because it was on all these cool lists of cool new movies. And I guess why I'm saying this is because a lot of people wouldn't have known who he was, but I had just watched it. So I was flipping out. As I was saying before exhaustion took over, life of a working actress. I had to go one day for a fitting. Here's me in the van on the way there. You know, me in the dressing room. All right, those are the different outfits I had picked. That's my trailer. Of course, right when I'm filming, you decide to come in.
What are you filming?
It's What's Inside.
Ah, so good.
She was not paid to say that. Here's a vibe of Portland. This was the weather. This was a fall day. So, Hag Lake is where we shot. I'm from Oregon. I don't think I'd ever been there. So gorgeous driving in. Like, I'm like sitting here and I'm like, this is my life just going to set. This trailer you're looking at might look like a dingy trailer, but this is like nice for acting, okay? It's also called a honey wagon, but at least I had a toilet. When you're having a trailer like this on a thing and you just have a couple lines, it's a pretty good deal. Okay, I had to bring all my shoes. That's the one thing that's annoying about acting and modeling is you're told to bring so much stuff just in case something that the stylist has doesn't work, but then it never gets chosen. So I had this cardboard box of shoes. Okay, picture of my trailer from the outside. Being on set a lot or even a non-lot is just the best thing in the world because there's just so much happening just to make this one thing and it's so cool. I guess that's the outfit I wore. That is very ugly, not sure what was happening. Hot girl next to Cashier. Now Cashier was played by Tommy Hestmark and we became friends and I had to let him know in the beginning that we were cut out because the director told me he was not very happy. On a row of trailers, and also what's cool is like you're connected to the main cast also, like you're one of them. There's my sides. Now sides are small rectangular things with the call sheet on it and with the pages of the script you'll be filming that day. Like, where's my sides? You'll hear that a lot. So much outfits for one little part and I just got cut out. Look at that, so crazy. Text from my dad. Be confident, Hailee, but also glide and be smooth. Okay, now here we are in the makeup trailer. Okay, also just a RV turned into this. I was sitting next to, at one point, Shelby. Now it's always scary when you start sitting next to an actor who's in it because like, as a fellow actor, it's nice but can be annoying when there's a one-day player or whatever coming in because they're full of energy, but you've been shooting for like a month and they've been doing insane amounts of shooting, emotional, crazy memorization. So I ended up being very quiet because I didn't want to like, you know, overwhelm Shelby being Brittany O'Grady. I was in the car riding with Brittany O'Grady and Tommy, and in casual conversation, I talked to her a little bit. She was so nice. Like, of course I had preconceived notions of her being like the White Lotus version of her, but she was just so lovely and is like married and like moved to Seattle or something, I don't remember. I didn't ask her about any acting stuff, just kind of like nice chill conversation, and she was so nice. And we rode in the car and Tommy was like, wow, you're talking to her. And I'm like, yeah, bitch. Now here they are covering up my tattoo. All this work that goes into movie making because my tattoo is a licensed thing, you know, it's the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. Wow, and then like doing like that so that it looks natural, that's crazy with the bristles. Took a picture of that brush, I wanted it. Okay, who am I creepy taking a video of? That guy was the stylist, he's a great time. Oh, I'm not sure why she was under there. Makeup artists for film and TV versus photo shoots are very different. The ones that are on photo shoots are like, you know, like you would see in like The Devil Wears Prada, like very like, oh, like peppy, preppy, fashionable, cool. Film and TV makeup artists are almost more like special effects makeup artists. They're working crazy hours. Like it's so many night shoots, 12-hour days. So they were like really just in their bubble. Like they had no room for me to become their friend, and that was fine. That's film and TV makeup artists. They were nice. Here we are on set. There's Tommy. We were in a gas station thingy in Gaston, Oregon. Also, that made me feel special, made me feel like the universe was aligned because Gaston, Beauty and the Beast, my favorite Disney movie. I am Belle. Look how much goes into this. And they used a tiny little clip from this. Look at all that equipment. Look at Brittany. Oh my God, me fangirling. It's just crazy how you wouldn't normally be this comfortable in a gas station in the middle of nowhere, sitting there and stuff and huddled, but like it becomes your home. Like you're sitting in a bag of chips and it's normal and it's fine. You're sitting by these Powerades or on the ground. You want to sit on the ground at a random gas station, it becomes your home. rehearsals. Our scene ended up being improv, and they let us improv a lot. And then after they would cut, there was so much laughing and stuff, and it was great feelings. I, of course, thought I was doing terrible. Tommy, of course, afterwards said he was terrible and I was the star. In my eyes, Tommy it was just like the most funniest, even-toned, monotoned guy ever with fast jokes. Oh my gosh. So our scene was basically for me getting the attention from these two cashiers and just being like, oh my God, thanks. Shelby Brittany is watching me in slow motion because she's already feeling down on herself and not pretty. And she's watching me in slow motion and like whatever. And like I'm nice to her, which is great. Usually I just play a bitch. And then she gets up to the counter and they like don't even look at her and they just scan her Coke and ask her for the money. So, and then she like leaves feeling dejected, which plays into the whole movie, but that part didn't stay in. Camera equipment. Oh my God. And then they brought in this third guy where I don't even know where he came from, but he was so weird, but on purpose. But I think he was really just weird, but it was perfect. I wish that Netflix would do deleted scenes. This is Greg saying that's a wrap for the day. Oh my God, yeah, this was their actual wrap day. Oh my God, so that was a wrap on Brittany. It's actually kind of sad that she wasn't with her main cast for this because now she was just with me and Tommy. But it was with her crew, which is special, but still, she didn't get to wrap with all the main cast that she'd grown so close to. I'm speaking from personal experience and them on stage talking at the premiere. What the heck am I doing? Why do I get all close up in there? Am I trying to join that hug? Okay, so It's What's Inside wraps. And what is still awesome is It's What's Inside is such a small cast that me being attached to the project on the IMDb, on everything, is still huge credit. And now that that movie is really big, when casting directors look at my resume and they see that movie, that almost matters more than me being in the movie, or at least equal, but it gives me a lot of business clout. Like, oh, she's legit. She made it on this legit movie. December 6th. I shot my part on November 22nd. Greg sent an email. Hi, Hailee. About a year later. I hope you've had a great year. Seems like just last week I was up in Portland shooting this crazy movie. We've been back here in LA editing for the past year and we're almost done, but I'm heartbroken to say that we ended up cutting a handful of scenes from the movie, and one of them ended up being the gas station scene featuring your lovely work with Tommy. This has absolutely nothing to do with your performance. It was more of a pacing issue that was brought to light after a handful of test screenings and us having the need to get our main characters to their destination quicker. Very sorry to be delivering this news. I know this sucks to hear and I wish I had better news to give, but please know I really enjoyed working with you for that brief time, and we all love what you brought to the film that day. Thank you so much for everything, and I can't wait to find something else to work together on in the future. Best, Greg, JG, gregjardin.com. Famous people, they have a small signature now in their email. Said, hi Greg, thank you for letting me know. If anyone is delivering the news, I'm glad that it's the main man himself. Will there be any deleted scenes after the release? I don't know if movies even do that anymore, but it was my fave part of the DVDs. It was my fave part on the good old DVDs. Still very excited for the movie. It was a magical day and I loved everyone's energy and excitement for the project. Thank you so much for booking me. I'm back living in LA and would absolutely love to audition. Hailee. For any projects you have coming up, Hailee. I don't even have a signature. Okay, now that I haven't reread this email till these very moment with you, and I remember it said it was due to pacing, why it was cut, and like that made sense because now after watching it and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Because he couldn't tell me why you can't get more information than that, but now it really was to get the main characters to their destination quicker, like literally to get them to the house where the movie takes place. And what my scene became was a freaking montage that was edited so effing cool. Here we are, to show you the part that I was going to be in that was turned into a montage. That is my location. That's my location.
You're there.
Yes. Right there. That. So yeah. So as you can see, it was all turned into a cool montage. Blah blah blah. And it's a cool scene. So yeah. So I'm there. So that's where that happened. So she's looking at her phone. She's trying to get likes, and she's not getting any likes. And then looks up and sees me and my interaction with Tommy, the cashier, and ha! But yeah, so like, let's see, well, how many minutes is this in the movie? So it was in the first 7 minutes. It would have added a whole other like minute maybe or two. Now it makes sense. But at the time, I did not believe it. I really thought it was because I freaking failed, and I was like, oh, that part couldn't be used because of me. And now what's gonna happen? Because that part has to be in the movie. So what the frick did they edit? Like, did they like what was gonna be really bad was if they reshot without me as the actor. But I think that in my head, I knew that that wasn't the case because he said it was due to pacing, but who freaking knows? But that would have been my worst nightmare, is that I see my scene and it's reshot. But that's just because I have, or at least had, I think I'm good now, low self-esteem on my acting chops. Then a couple months later, I see, not only from following Greg and the other actors, but from other news outlets' Instagram, that in a huge bidding war at Sundance, It's What's Inside sold for $17 million to the biggest overlord that anyone wants to be bought by, Netflix. And I'm cut out from this hullabaloo. I didn't even cry. I had more of just a sunken, dull feeling for a minute. Since it's been like a couple years in the business, I was able to shake it off and say, on to the next one. I have the credit. Weasley? Meow. Meow. And here's a quote from Greg. Before a bidding war erupted from the body swap horror feature, the filmmaker recalls thinking, I just hope someone buys it for $2.5 million so I can say as a director that I made a movie that did not lose money. So $2.5 million must have been their budget, or like $2 million or something. Wow. The bidding war for $17 million. That's insane. I have chills. Like, seriously, like, I don't know, what would that feeling be like? Because when I did Model House, if we had sold for that much extra money than it took to make, I would be set for life. Maybe not life, but set, where I could invest a bunch of money into my ROI, Roth IRA, and then be set for life. I don't know, maybe. I mean, the money gets spread out between a lot of people, but that's a big paycheck for everybody. If they have points on the back end and the director, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so like if you watch Entourage or kind of are interested in the film business, you know Sundance. That's where they show movies. I went there. Ooh, here's a card for my Sundance vlog. Click it. When I went there, I still didn't even really understand what it was, honestly. I just thought it, I don't know, like movie premieres. But I didn't realize it was for the different productions to buy the movie. Also, did you know that if it's a Netflix original, that doesn't really mean that Netflix made it? I didn't know that. I thought that when stuff was like stuff originals, Netflix in-house wrote the movie, blah, blah, blah. No, It's What's Inside wasn't made by Netflix. It's What's Inside was made by investors, and then somebody buys it. Same with Model House. We made it with hopes that like Hulu or something would buy it, and a streaming service bought it, but with not licensed rights or something. But it wasn't really till then, when they shopped around Model House, that I learned that that's what Sundance and stuff is for places to buy movies. Flash to September 3rd, 2024. I get It's What's Inside film email to undisclosed recipients. We're excited to share we are 1 month away from the release. Here's a first look of the trailer. Lastly, for our Portland-based crew and cast and crew, please save the date October 2nd and come see the film on the big screen at Cinema 21 RSVP here. Stay tuned for more information. So I didn't actually watch the trailer, and I wasn't even petty. I was just like, I'm gonna watch this when it comes out and be excited. Jason Baum is another one of the producers, and he actually happens to be one of my good friends from Portland, Ben Pagao. I was his first intern and my only internship. I get an email from Jason saying, hey Hailee, how are you? I hope you've been well. Are you going to be in LA or Portland 10-1 or 10-2? Assuming you don't hate us for cutting your scene in the movie, I wanted to see if you wanted to come to the premiere, but wasn't sure what city you were currently in. Let me know, Jason. Hi Jason, smile. I'll be in LA. First things first, any chance that scene is included in the deleted scenes anywhere? Second of all, I was gonna feel like the weird girl that showed up after her scene was cut, but with a drugged in fight from you, I'd love to come. And then here I was humbled. Jason said, well, unfortunately Netflix doesn't really do deleted scenes, but you are totally welcome to be there. Greg loved your scene. It was really a shame to cut it. At the end of all of it, it was a pacing issue for the film. Great, let me give you more info. Rereading that, now I'm having a pang. Greg really liked that scene. That's just gonna mean he will keep me in mind for something, right, guys? I emailed it to Jason and I was like, just was wondering if I'm gonna do the carpet. He said, negative on the carpet, just come have fun. But honestly, that made me feel even more wanting and attained to go to the premiere, because it's like, wow, they are being that zipped up with the carpet. This is a real good premiere, big deal.
There's a really cool documentary on the panel.
I'll watch it. So yay, I got Ryan to come with me. And this was a legit premiere. It was at the Beyond Fest. The carpet was amazing because it was like 3D embossed of the words on the background, and it was just so well done. And especially like Abby being in events, my sister, like she was asking me all about the carpet and stuff, and like it was legit. I see some other actor people that I totally recognized, but I couldn't remember who they were. In the beginning of the movie, me and Ryan are standing there, and this is the first time like Ryan's got to witness it. But this guy says, "Are you Hailee? Bob Hailee?" I said, "Yeah." Huge fan. And I was like, "Oh my God." And I never say, "Do you want to take a picture?" Because like someone has said no before, and that was just embarrassing. But I saw his camera was open, so I said, "Do you want a photo?" He said yes. And we took some, and it made Ryan fall even more in love with me. It was so crazy cute. And then this man said, "You're actually working with my friend coming up with my vampire system." And that's the show that I actually was just talking about that I was exhausted from. What the heck? And he was like, "Yeah, my friend's on it, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, wow, that's a crazy small world, and crazy that you even know that I'm doing that. But yeah, that was great. And then get in the movie. I still auditioned. I still had to do the callback. I had to do the shoot. Still got the experience and still met all the people. So like, yeah, just because it's like not in the movie doesn't mean that I'm not talented, because I had to get the job.
I want to say a few things in spirit of
and the popcorn and the drinks, and it was so cool having Ryan there, and it really made him love me. It was so cute just seeing me like do my thing. The theater, the El Capitan, was showing all these crazy cool movies, like Honora coming up, and like all these it was epic looking, like it was running in the background, and then they were showing that they're going to show Event Horizon. Yeah, they were like showing, it was just like, oh my God, the setup is crazy. We were in some very good seats, Netflix reserved, baby. I'll show you that. Netflix reserved. And then it's what's inside, anxiety chic. Movie begins, and seeing a movie in Los Angeles in general, because everyone here is in the biz, but seeing a movie like this with people who have worked on the film, the other actors, friends of the actors' family and stuff, blah, blah, blah. For example, like Model House, the theater was erupting all the time because like if Corey's on screen, her friends are seeing her like act, and it's like, oh my God, she can act, and she's doing like funny things that only they would find funny because they know her. Me, stuff like that. And you know, the movie seemed 10 times better because everyone was being loud and stuff. So like it's really fun to see a theater or see a movie in the theater like that. So so there's high energy. And then even in the beginning, Greg was saying, even though it's a Netflix thing, it's so fun to be in theaters. In every single theater that he's watched it at, screened it at, has been a different experience and a special experience because the audience is different and stuff. So like there was like random things people would laugh at that I could tell was just an inside joke, and it made me laugh harder. But so then it wrapped up, and there was a Q&A with the cast on the stage. The moderator was a bit weird, but yeah, them talking about a summer camp, how they had 5 days to rehearse before. That's like unheard of. So they were doing 5 days of doing it until filming it. And oh yeah, I saw James on set. We didn't really interact, but he's very thespian, very actor. So like one of his lines is, "Keep my penis in my pants." On stage they were saying like that he would freak out because he's like, "What does the line mean? What am I really meaning?" And they're like, "It's literally just a throwaway line about your penis." Gavin Leatherwood, I don't know what he's famous for, like big hit of a TV show or something, but fans loved him. James. Madison Davenport was so good. She's so funny. Nina Bloomgarden. Oh! Wait, I'm literally just Googling this to see the cast. That's what I'm talking about. If you freaking Google "It's What's Inside," I'm there, and that's gonna help my career. Oh, I gotta change these pictures. Somehow, I don't know, do I email Google? Alicia Debnam Carey, she was so good, and not only at playing her character of hot influencer girl, and then she's playing the other characters, playing herself, playing their bodies, and it's like, wow, I have to like you even more now because you can really act. You're not just really good at acting, you can really, really act. And then she has an accent, of course, cool. First thoughts after It's What's Inside. It was the best. It was like Ryan just says it's gonna ripple through cinema and society, and it is. That's why Netflix spent so much gosh darn money on it.
Yeah, like the balance of like keeping you on your toes, but then
The stress,
psychological torment with like the comedic relief is so good.
It puts you in a feeling of feelings. And also the editing, like this is the most complicated movie ever, and like they edited it so good, like with the red thing.
Well,
and then,
editing was flawless.
and like,
that was like
the when the different things would go on screen with the lines and the things, and the Polaroids was so smart. They made it so you had to think and stuff, but also not think too hard.
and I can't believe that was his first movie. That's bonkers.
Greg Jardine.
Sardine.
Greg Jardine
Come to
of
my
The Garden.
Sardine.
Off we walked away and on Hollywood Boulevard to our car, into the crowds. I remember one time at Broadway, shut up Hailee, me and my dad saw Spider-Man and Reeve Carney was the guy, and we were standing in the back like meeting the cast, and then after we met him, he just walks out, because we were one of the last people there, and then walks onto the street and disappears, and my dad was just like, wow, that man just put on a whole show, and now he's just walking on the streets of New York and just in it. And that's how it was for me. All of a sudden we walk out and then there's a homeless guy asking if we ever put food in our belly button. I love it. So yeah, so my scene really was cut out to pacing, as you can see. Thanks for watching. If you have any other set questions, I've been getting a lot of DMs now being like, you were so great in It's What's Inside. And I'm like, I'm not even in it, really. But so it's like these people that are probably just looking up the cast and then DMing them and stuff. Anyway, I'm getting too deep into this. Thank you so much for watching. Greg, you're amazing. Jason, you're amazing. Kate, Andrew, you're amazing. Everybody who made this film. And I hope you learned something in this. If you're interested in stuff or whatever, would love to hear from you. Anything you have to say. And I'm sending you love. I'm on set right now being an actress, so I gotta be quiet, but let's make a petition for Netflix to add deleted scenes. That's a fun and free thing to add to the thing. Remember like DVDs had like deleted scenes and bonus content? And like sometimes if you buy a movie on Apple, it has all the bonus stuff. So dear Netflix, we want deleted scenes, and also we want Hailee's cut, like Zack Snyder's cut.